Welcome back to NBA Stories. Thank you for tuning in. Today we are diving into a fascinating comparison. LeBron James versus Giannis Antetokounmpo. Two freaks of nature, two faces of different eras of the league, two players who change what we expect from a forward in modern basketball. In this video, we are not just reading stats. We are talking about impact, about style, about the feeling of watching these two on the biggest stage. We are asking a simple but powerful question. What really separates LeBron James and Giannis Antetokounmpo at their peak? Let's start with the idea of prime. Prime LeBron is usually placed around his Miami Heat years and his second Cleveland stint. In that span, he combined elite athleticism with a fully developed basketball brain. He was a 69 playmaking forward who could run your offense as a point guard, defend multiple positions, and score anywhere on the floor. Prime Giannis is what we have seen in Milwaukee from his first MVP season through his championship run and beyond. He is a 611 force of nature who attacks the rim like a runaway train. His prime is built on relentless pressure, physical dominance, and a motor that never seems to cool down. LeBron's prime is defined by versatility. He could give you 30 points if needed. He could also decide to give you 12 assists and control the entire tempo of the game. In the clutch, he often chose the right play instead of the loudest play. He was the system. Giannis' prime is defined by overwhelming force. He bends the defense the moment he crosses half court. If you do not build a wall, he is at the rim in 2 steps. Even when you do build that wall, he can still go through it, around it, or over it. His presence in transition and in the paint is constant chaos for opponents. When you look at pure offensive skill sets, LeBron has the edge in polish. At his best, he had a reliable jump shot, a strong post game, and elite passing vision. He could be your point guard, your small forward, or even your power forward. He created advantages with his brain before his body even moved. Giannis is still more limited as a shooter. Defenses are willing to live with his three-point attempts. But that does not mean he is easy to stop. His handle for his size, his Euro step, and his first step off the dribble are terrifying for big men. He may not space the floor like a traditional star, but he destroys the paint so badly that he creates space for everyone else. Now let's talk about defense. This is where the comparison becomes very interesting. LeBron in his prime was an elite defender when fully locked in. He could shut down wings. He could switch onto guards and bigs. He read passing lanes like a free safety. His chase down blocks became one of the most iconic signatures in basketball. There were times when LeBron took possessions off on defense to save energy for offense. But in the biggest games, in the biggest moments, he could anchor a defense with his communication, rotations, and help side presence. He saw plays before they happened. Giannis, on the other hand, is a pure defensive force on almost every possession. His length, speed, and timing allow him to guard 1 through 5 in many lineups. He can protect the rim like a center. He can switch onto guards and contain them in space. He covers mistakes for his teammates just by existing near the play. At his best, Giannis is one of the most terrifying weak side defenders in modern basketball. He flies in for blocks that seem impossible. He closes out to shooters and still recovers to contest at the rim. His physical tools combined with his effort give him a case as the better defender overall compared to LeBron. If LeBron is the quarterback of a defense, calling out coverages and reading the game, Giannis is the linebacker who is everywhere at once, cleaning up anything that breaks through the first line. Now we move to physical profile and athletic gifts. Both are absolute anomalies. LeBron entered the league as a teenager with the body of a seasoned veteran. He combined strength, vertical leap, and speed in transition that looked unreal for his size. In his prime, he was unstoppable in the open floor. Once he got downhill, it felt like the only options were foul him or get out of the way. But LeBron's most underrated physical trait is durability. Year after year, deep playoff runs, heavy minutes, and still producing at an MVP level. His longevity might be the greatest physical achievement among superstars. Giannis is like a stretched version of LeBron. Longer arms, taller frame, more length at the rim. He is not as natural a shooter or passer, but in terms of raw physical ability, he might even surpass LeBron. Giannis covers the court in giant strides. He blocks shots from angles that most players cannot even dream of reaching. He finishes through contact like he barely feels it. His combination of size, speed, and agility fits perfectly into the era of positionless basketball. When we talk about speed, both are fast, but in different ways. Prime LeBron had explosive first steps and downhill bursts, especially in transition. Giannis has that long, gliding speed where 2 or 3 steps carry him from the three-point line to the rim. LeBron's speed was sharper and more controlled. Giannis' speed is wild and overwhelming. Now let's zoom out and talk about impact on modern basketball. LeBron is one of the architects of the modern era. He influenced play style, team building, and even player empowerment. His decision to join Miami changed how stars think about their careers and their power. He proved that a forward could be the full-time engine of an offense, functioning as a point guard in a big body. LeBron normalized the idea of a positionless superstar who can do everything. He also carried the league's narrative for over a decade. Every year, the question was the same. Can anyone take down LeBron's team? Every finals, every playoff run revolved around him in some way. Giannis represents a different kind of impact. He is a reminder that development and loyalty can still win in a small market. He stayed in Milwaukee. He grew there. He won a championship there. He showed that you can become the face of the league without jumping from super team to super team. Giannis also changed the way teams think about length, versatility, and transition. He is the ultimate example of a point forward who lives in the paint but can still handle the ball like a guard. Teams now look for tall, long, agile players who can switch on defense and run the floor on offense because they have seen how valuable that archetype can be. Culturally, LeBron's impact is larger. He grew up in the social media era, the super team era, and took control of his narrative like no one before him. He built media companies. He spoke out on issues beyond the game. He became more than a player in a very public way. Giannis' influence is quieter but still powerful. He is a symbol of the NBA's global reach. A kid from Greece with Nigerian roots becoming the best player in the world inspires a new generation of international prospects. His story is about work ethic, humble beginnings, and constant improvement. He is proof that the NBA is truly a worldwide game now. Let's circle back to their primes and ask a big question. If you had to build a team around one of them in a 7-game series, who would you choose? LeBron's case starts with his playmaking. He makes everyone better. Role players get easier shots. Big men get lobs and drop-offs. Shooters get a steady diet of open looks. He can adapt to many different lineups and still make the offense flow. His basketball IQ is unmatched. He reads defenses like a veteran coach. He controls tempo like a maestro. In the final minutes, he often creates the best possible shot, even if that means passing instead of taking the last shot himself. Giannis' case starts with his two-way dominance. He impacts both ends of the floor on nearly every possession. He puts constant pressure on the rim. He draws fouls. He forces your defense to collapse. Then he turns around and protects the paint on the other side. In a playoff setting, his motor and physicality can wear you down. Over 7 games, dealing with Giannis at full speed is a mental and physical challenge. You feel him every time he attacks the basket, every time he contests at the rim. There is also a narrative difference. LeBron has already written his full story at the top level. We have seen his highest peaks and his lowest heartbreaks. His resume is complete in many ways. Giannis is still adding chapters. He has already become a champion, a multiple-time MVP, and a defensive monster, but he still has years of prime ahead. We may not have seen his absolute ceiling yet. Now let's take a moment to really feel what these two represent. Think about being a fan in the arena. The lights are low, the crowd is buzzing, music is loud, but there is a moment before the tip where everything slows down. On one side, you see LeBron James, calm, focused, like a king who has been here 1,000 times and knows exactly what he must do. You know that at any moment he can take over the game with a single reading of the defense, a single pass, a single drive to the rim. On the other side, imagine Giannis, pacing, locked in, eyes burning with competitive fire. You know that once the ball goes up, he will attack again, and again without fear or hesitation. LeBron makes you feel like you are watching a genius at work. Every possession is a puzzle he is solving in real time. Giannis makes you feel the raw power of the sport. Every possession is a battle he is trying to win by sheer will and force. These emotions are why fans argue so passionately about these players. It is not only about who is better on paper, it is about what they represent to us. LeBron is the ultimate basketball mind in a superstar body. Giannis is the ultimate competitor in a superhero frame. When we talk about modern basketball influence, LeBron is the legend you study. Teams copy his blueprint of spacing, shooters around a playmaking forward, and pick and roll mismatches. Giannis is the blueprint you chase. Teams search for the next Giannis, even though there may never be another one with that exact mix of size and speed. So who is better? That question will always start heated debates. Some will pick LeBron for his all-around skill, his clutch playoff runs, and his long reign at the top. Others will choose Giannis for his two-way dominance, his loyalty to Milwaukee, and his relentless, fearless approach. In the end, maybe the better way to look at it is this. LeBron James laid the foundation for the modern positionless superstar. Giannis Antetokounmpo is one of the most powerful evolutions of that idea. You cannot fully understand today's game without appreciating what LeBron did. And you cannot fully enjoy today's game without watching what Giannis is doing. They are part of the same story. Different chapters, different tones, same book. As fans, we are lucky. We got to see LeBron's prime shape an entire generation, and we are getting to see Giannis prime push the boundaries of what a big man can be in this league. Thank you for watching NBA Stories. If you enjoyed this deep dive into LeBron James versus Giannis Antetokounmpo, please hit like, share this video with your fellow basketball fans, drop your thoughts in the comments. Tell us who you would build around in a 7-game series and why. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next episode of NBA Stories. See you in the next video.